Hello, welcome in Analytical Chemistry video lectures. Today, in this video, we are going to see the gravimetric analysis part 2. It is related to the purity of the precipitate. In first part of the gravimetric analysis, we already discussed on the common ion effect, solubility product, ionic product, the relation between solubility product and ionic product, its principle, conditions for good precipitation, factors affecting precipitation like acid, temperature, nature of solvent, like then supersaturation of the precipitation formation, the saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated conditions of the precipitate. In this video, our gravimetric analysis part 2, we are going to see about the purity of the precipitate, that is co-precipitation concept, post-precipitation concept, and how they are minimized, then washing the precipitate and ignition of the precipitate, the precipitation from homogeneous solution, then brief idea about the method of filtration and drying of precipitate. The impurity in the precipitate. Now, when the student doing the practical in the laboratory, particularly for the qualitative analysis in inorganic and organic qualitative analysis, students get the variety of the precipitate. Now, these variety observed in the quantity, in the quality, color, appearance, like that. Now, how the quantities are varied, quantity is different observed by the student. Why the quality is different obtained from the student? Why the different colors are obtained? Because the students are not maintaining the conditions of the precipitation. Now, this variety of the impurities included in the precipitate. Now, what happened? The quantity. Some student get maximum quantity of the product or precipitate. Some student get a minimum quantity. In case of the quality, some student get the bulk precipitate and with the crystalline quantity. But some student get just only the appearance of the color or small particles. Now, these type of varieties are observed because of the impurity, and they does not follow the conditions for the good precipitation. Now, it includes the impurity in the precipitate. It is broadly classified as a co-precipitation and post-precipitation. Co-precipitation, the name itself giving, the co means at the time of precipitation, the impurity is added. Now, at the time of precipitation, what happened? Whether the impurity is added on the adsorption process, on the surface of the precipitate, main precipitate, the impurity is adsorbed, or sometime at the time of when the precipitate grows, that is lattice structure is growing, at the same time, because of the similarity or similar property of the impurity and the main precipitate element, they can be occluded in the precipitate. And post precipitation, where the impurity is present in the mother liquor, after certain time, the impurity is get adsorbed on the surface of the precipitate. This is the post precipitation. Now, co-precipitation, the impurity is soluble in mother liquor. It is added at the time of precipitation, that is with the precipitate. Now, in this case, what happened? Adsorption. Suppose this is the molecule, and on this molecule, this impurity get adsorbed on the surface. Now, what happened this? According to the Penneth and Ferguson rule, the similar nature of the ions present in the precipitate and impurity, then what happens? Suppose this is a calcium compound, and on the calcium salt, the magnesium get adsorbed when the calcium precipitate grown up. Now in this way, the similarity property, and therefore they adsorb on the surface of the main precipitate. Now in case of occlusion, what happens when we are adding the reagent immediately or fast addition of the reagent? Then what happens in this precipitate, when the one precipitate is growing, at the same time the similar nature of the element present in the solution as impurity, they are included into the precipitate. Now in case of the adsorption, they are adsorbed on the surface, but here they include into the precipitate. Now in this way, like barium sulfate and lead sulfate, the lead is added into the precipitate. In the same way, in case of silver chloride precipitate, the silver bromide is also obtained if bromide is present in the solution as an impurity. Now in this way, the co-precipitation, the impurity is added by adsorption and occlusion. Now how it is minimized? The solution should be in the pure form. Means reagent should be taken in the pure form, then we can reduce the amount or quantity of the impurity present in the solution. Then we have to add the reagent slowly in a sequence with the stirring and maintaining the external conditions. Reprecipitation is in proper solvent. Now, in case of the reprecipitation, we have to select the proper solvent. Digestion or aging as per the requirement. Now, sometime what happens, the smaller ion precipitate, the smaller size precipitate is there. Now, in this case, there are many chances to add the co-precipitation by adsorption, and therefore, after digestion, what happens in the warm solution, whatever the adsorbed impurity is there, it can be detached from the main precipitate, and therefore digestion procedure should be applied to reduce the co-precipitation in smaller size particles. Now, sometimes we have to use the organic solvent to dissolve the impurity which is adsorbed on the surface of the precipitate. In this way, we can minimize the co-precipitation. Then, in case of the post-precipitation, the impurity is added on the surface of the first or main precipitate. This addition usually have an ion in common with the main precipitate. Now this happen because of the precipitate allowed to stand in contact with solution or mother liquor for a long time. Now for example, suppose in calcium oxalate precipitation, suppose a magnesium compound, magnesium oxalate or magnesium salt is present in as an impurity, then it can be adsorbed on the calcium oxalate. But if we filter immediately, then this magnesium oxalate cannot be adsorbed on the calcium oxalate precipitate. In the same way, in case of the zinc sulfide, impurity is added on the surface of copper sulfide as a main precipitate. Now in this way, for post precipitation, now this post precipitation takes place when the precipitate is kept in the mother liquor for a long time. Now, how to minimize this post precipitation? This is also adsorption precipitation. Now, addition of masking agent. Suppose impurity is present in the solution. If we add some masking agent to mask the impurity and it kept into the mother liquor solution, such a type of masking agent can be added in the solution. Then filtration of the precipitate should be done rapidly. If we kept for a long time, the adsorption is more, and therefore once the precipitation is completed, you can immediately, if you filter, then we can minimize the post precipitation. The precipitate should be washed by proper solvent. We have to select the proper solvent as a washing solvent. It can remove whatever the adsorbed impurity is there present on the surface of the main precipitate. It can be washed out easily. And then lastly, the dilute reagents are taken for the precipitation. Now in case of the digestion process, Now the process for allowing the precipitate to stand for a long time with the mother liquor or warming the solution for some time. During the digestion process, small particles pass into the solution and gets redeposited. Now, for example, in this case, what happened? This is the pink colored solution and these are the big particles present in the solution. But these pink colored particles, they are very large in number in a very, very small in size. Now what happened? If the impurity is present in this solution, then the impurity is also get adsorbed on the surface of the small particles. If big particles are there, then the adsorption is less, but smaller particles are there, the impurity get immediately adsorbed on the surface. And for this purpose, we have to give the digestion process. Now on digestion, what happened? When we kept this solution in the warm condition, suppose say at 51 degrees Celsius temperature, if we kept this solution and if we stir this slowly, then what happen? Whatever the smaller particles are there, they coagulate and they attach with each other to give the big particles. And these big particles are present. Then whatever the impurity is added on the surface, it can be detached in the warm condition. That is, we can reduce the co-precipitation. Now in this way, suppose here if we see these particles are there, and if we after a certain time, what happen, the pink colored solution, whatever the pink particles are there, they transfer into the make close together and to give the big particles, and we observe that it is a colorless solution, and the pink color particles, they come close together. It reduces the co-precipitation. In this way, the digestion process can be given to the such a type of smaller particle precipitate. On digestion, the crystal of the precipitate becomes more regular as well as more dense, and therefore digestion process is given to reduce the co-precipitation. Now in some time, what happen, when we add the reagents immediately, then the impurity can be added, or more chances to add the impurity in the precipitate by occlusion as well as by adsorption in co as well as in the post precipitation. Now sometime what happen, we have to maintain the external condition. Now this external condition, suppose we require the basic condition, then we have to, what we are doing, the base is added into the solution. But at the time of base addition, the byproduct of the precipitate may be formed, or there are more chances to get the impurities added on the precipitate. Now for this purpose, what happen, to maintain the condition, if we add such a type of chemicals in the solution itself, they slowly increase the pH of the solution. Now therefore, what happen in this process by which the precipitate is formed within the solution, it minimizes the amount of supersaturation, and the precipitant is slowly generated by the chemical reaction within the solution. Now for example, in case of the hydrolysis of basic salt, now when urea is added into the water, it hydrolyzes and it slowly dissociates the ammonia gas. Now in this case, what happened, suppose we are stirring this solution. Now see here in this beaker, suppose we add the urea and slowly we observe that here the precipitate is grown up. Now in this way, we can use the precipitation from the homogeneous solution. In the same way, in case of the phosphate, in case of sulfate, this can be happen from this solution, the phosphoric acid, and in this case, the ammonia can be liberated easily with the solution. A process of precipitation. Now, in the precipitation, once we know that the precipitation occur, then reaction of the precipitation we have to do. Now, when the precipitation starts, we are adding slowly the reagent into the compound. Now what happens, suppose these are the solutions, here we have to add slowly the reagent. Now what happened in this test tube, we observed that the slow reagent is observed, or precipitate is formed. Now that much precipitate is formed, once you stir it, then immediately what happened, again this precipitate is gone up. Now after addition of the reagent, then again we observe that there is a formation of precipitate. Now, when we add the further reagent, we observe that in this test tube, the reagent, the precipitate is grown up like this. Now see here, the precipitate is increased, and after completion of the precipitate, that we have to check the very small quantity of the reagent further we have to add. Then we observe that there is a again further precipitation occur. See here, again precipitation is occurred. Now once the completion of the precipitate, then we have next procedure is the filtration. Now filtration for the precipitate is depend on the what is, we should know that what is the particle size of the precipitate, gelatinous precipitate or crystalline precipitate or big particle size precipitate. Now on this basis we have to select the filtering media. Now there are number of filtering medias are used for filtration. Now this is a simple ordinary filter paper. This is a Whatman paper. Now in Whatman paper, filter paper, there are so many varieties are there. Now what type of varieties are there? They are depend on the grades. Now grade 1 to grade 950, such a type of different variety of the grades of the Whatman filter papers are there. It depends on what is the mesh size, whether it's a 1 micrometer to 100 micrometer particle size or mesh size of the filter and thickness of the filter paper. Now on which the nature of the particle size of the precipitate, we can select any Whatman filter paper. Then sometime we can use the filter pulp or Gooch crucible, where Pyrex sintered, glass sintered crucibles are there. Then simple funnels we can use. The ceramic funnels or glass funnels are used. This is the Buchner funnel is used. Then filtering attached under the vacuum, we can use the filtration. Now such a type of filtering media we can choose, we can select on the basis of what is the nature of the precipitate, particle size of the precipitate. In this way we can select the filtration. Now after completion of the precipitate, the filtration procedure is there, and once you filter it, after filtration what happens, the next procedure is most important, that is the washing of the precipitate. Now for washing of the precipitate, we have to select the proper solvent, because the main objective of the washing to make the precipitate free from impurities, adsorb on the surface of the precipitate. Now the selection of the washing solvent, it depends on what factors? The solubility. Now why the solubility is important? Because loss of precipitate is depend on this. Use of electrolyte for common ion effect to reduce the solubility, and no solvent action upon the precipitate, but it dissolves the impurity. In this way we have to select, or we have to concentrate on the solubility to select the proper washing solvent. It should be a chemical inert. It does not form any new product. It is easily volatile. After washing the precipitate, the whatever the solvent is there, it can be easily volatile. It can be removed easily. It prevents the hydrolysis. Otherwise, what happens? The solid precipitate can become a certain sticky material, and therefore it should be prevent the hydrolysis as well as prevent the peptidization. Now, by using this formula, xn equal to x0 into u upon u plus v raised to n. From this formula, we can find out the how much remaining, how much impurities remain in the precipitate. Now, xn is the concentration of the impurity after washing. How many washing? N number of washing. First washing, second washing, third washing, and how much quantity we have to, or how much volume of the solvent is used here in terms of the U and V. U is the volume of liquid in ml remaining with the precipitate, and V is the volume of solvent in ml in each washing. And therefore x0 is the concentration of impurity before washing, and from that equation we can calculate how much quantity of precipitate get washed out from impurity, washed out from the precipitate. Now, after washing, the precipitate should be dried. Now, the dried means whatever the solvent present in the precipitate, it can be removed easily. It can be removed, and this is process of drying. And after drying, we have to transfer this precipitate for the weighing and then analysis. Now, in the drying process, what happened? Drying process is the process where we can keep the precipitate at the temperature less than the 250 degrees Celsius to remove the solvent, whatever adsorbed solvent, crystalline solvent or lattice solvent. It can be removed at this temperature up to the 250 degrees Celsius. And for this purpose, we can use the oven. Now, after this temperature, if we want to heat the precipitate above than the 250 degrees Celsius temperature, then we have to give the ignition process. Now, sometime what happened, the cones are there. We have to add here burner, and from this burner hot air bath, we can keep the precipitate into the crucible, and then it can be removed at high temperature. The solvent or another lattice water can be removed with the help of this type of cone system. Now, when the ignition is there, now ignition is just only with the hot air, and when we have to burn the precipitate to convert the precipitate into proper stable oxide, because after drying, what happen? If the compound may convert it into the small part of the compound may convert it into the oxide, then it gives the impurity, and therefore we have to transfer this total compound kept into the Whatman filter paper, where this Whatman paper has a quality to, if you burn it, it completely converted into the ashless. And in this the precipitate is kept into this filter paper, and then we can burn. Now, initially what happened in the crucible, we have to transfer the precipitate, and whatever the precipitate is attached on the surface of the filter paper is completely burned out, and the ash is transferred in the crucible. And slowly on the burner, we have to heat this precipitate. Initially, it will convert into black, and after that, whatever the oxide is formed there, the metal oxides are formed, and that is the stable compound. And then after that, we have to cool it, and then we have to weigh to measure the quantity of the precipitate. Now, in the oven, what happened? We can keep the precipitate below 250 degrees Celsius into the oven for, it may be for half an hour or 1 hour to remove the slowly remove the solvent. Now, in this oven, what happened? When we kept here in this oven, we can keep directly the crucible for a certain time, and slowly we can increase the temperature up to the 250 degrees Celsius. Slowly the quantity of the solvent get slowly reduced and removed from the and the compound get dried. In this way, drying and ignition process is most important. Now, the compound is unstable, then we have to give the incineration or completely burning process and transfer to the stable oxide compounds. Now, this is about related to the purity of the precipitate. Now, in this video, we just learn the co-precipitation, the concept of post-precipitation, remedies for their minimization, washing of the precipitate, and ignition of the precipitate. Precipitation from homogeneous solution with example and brief idea about the filtration and drying of the precipitate. Thank you.